Today, we're taking a massive leap forward as we set up our very own digital distribution platform, using the power of our existing teams to make it happen. On top of that, we're expanding even further by hiring our first accounting department to keep our finances and taxes on track, all while continuing development on the Bamboo Odyssey franchise. Let me show you how we're building that infrastructure for long-term success. Hello and welcome back to Bamboo Labs and, of course, Software Inc. Now, today we've got a couple of things happening here. Bamboo Odyssey is currently being updated. That's our project management. We are doing our first support deal with our support team, and we are, of course, developing Bamboo Odyssey 3. But since that we are currently making decent amount of money, I feel like it's about time we go ahead and hire ourselves an accounting team. Now, of course, they are going to need their own office, so my general plan is to copy this entire thing over to here. That is basically the entire plan. We'll copy over the meeting room, all of the leaders' offices, and the bathrooms and get them up and running in here. That will probably only take up one of those rooms, so we'll have some room for more people if we need it. But we're going to jump into build mode here for a second, and fingers crossed, we should, in theory, just be able to shift click on each of these rooms, copy, and walls cannot intersect. That is unfortunate. I know there is a way to do this, so I'm going to go ahead, jump into a time lapse, figure that out, and we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so I basically ended up just having to copy and paste each room manually. Now, unfortunately, because of how I did that, it didn't quite work the way that I wanted to. So this room here did not become a pillar. So we can go ahead. It doesn't say that it did. It definitely doesn't say that it did. There we go. Now it is. And we also didn't copy across some of the doors. So we'll jump in, grab our doors, hit V to center them on the walls there. They will go in there. And then we also need some doors in here to give them access there. And I think everything else looks like it has copy and pasted over correctly, including my lights and my sprinklers. So this should still all be up to code. The only concern is they can't get into here, and I'm not sure if that is actually a problem or not. We're going to leave this empty for the moment, leaving us room for another 2 sets of offices in here. But with that all being said and done, we're going to go into manage teams and say ACC1 is our accounting team. Go ahead and add them to the roster. And then we can come in, select these 2 rooms, switch teams, and set them to accounting. And then, of course, set this leader office to have a limited room usage of leaders only. This room in the middle, if I turn on my things, it didn't copy over. So this room in the middle should be limited access, and that is for meetings only. And that should be good to go. The only thing that I want to check real quick is if I select all 3 of these rooms, actually all of these rooms, shift click on one of my chairs and select all furniture types. We have currently room for 48 employees. I'm not 100% sure how many chairs. We only have 36. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this down. If I hit build mode, Z to go to aerial view, and then Alt to manually place. We can go ahead and add in some more tables in our canteen, and that should keep everyone happy. I mean, all of these rooms aren't going to be completely full to the brim just yet, but it's a good idea to make sure that we do have enough facilities for all of our potential employees. With that said and done, we can now go ahead and start hiring. And we have a very specific person that we want to hire. We want to hire a lead in service, a high salary. We're going to pause the game. I don't actually know why it's running. And we definitely want HR. Automation doesn't matter at all for our accounting team. but socialization is important and multitasking is the last thing that we want. I am actually going to filter with the GD1 team for the moment because we don't have an accounting team yet. I want them to match with the GD1 team, and we'll go ahead and begin looking. If we sort by skill here, we can see who we get. It looks like this guy has a skyscraper trait. It doesn't really matter. I know we did hire one of those before. They prefer working on upper floors, but I don't think there's actually a negative debuff if they're not on a taller floor. They don't have any skill in accounting. Let's just quickly check to see if anyone here does. They don't. It's not a huge problem. So really, we're just looking at the leadership skill here. And it looks like Dolores has the most. Actually, no. Donnie Walker can do almost everything. And they have 3 points left. So they can max out their leadership skill. They've got big brain, which is why that is the case. They are a slow eater and they do get depressed during rainy days, but they have a modest salary. So Donnie Walker, you are officially hired. And with that, you're actually getting a new name. So if we manage our employees and find Donnie Walker here, jump into their details, we can go ahead and change their name to Tengul, because Tengul went ahead and jumped on over to the merch store, grabbed themselves the Bamboo Lads shirt to be a part of this team, and I don't think we can do it with just a first name, so you are Tengul S. Did that work? Can you change the name, please? Maybe I have to close out of it. And details. There we go. So it's Tengul S brackets Donnie Walker for some reason. I'm going to see if I can get rid of that S, just because I think that would be better if that is possible. Jump into details, and yeah, we have Tengul, who was previously Donnie Walker. But thank you for jumping over to the merch store, grabbing that Bamboo Labs shirt. If anyone else wants to do that, I will try and give you the highest role possible in the company. Tengul, I hope you don't mind being an accountant. Also, let me know if you want to change the name, because you didn't put that on your order. I just used your username for that. Donnie Walker is actually going to, Tengul is actually going to change to the accounting team as well. They will be our leader there. And honestly, I don't think we really need much of an accounting team, but we do need some. So we're going to go for service. We're going to go for accounting. Secondary role is none. That's absolutely fine. We're still going to go for high salaries. Actually, we'll drop it down to medium. I think that'll be fine. Filter by compatibility with the accounting team and begin looking. We have a lot of candidates. Everyone has great compatibility in here, which is absolutely fantastic. We can sort by skill. The other option is to also sort by age, just because the younger they are, the more time they're going to have to level up their skills. And honestly, I think that might be the best choice. If we have a look at the service skill here, it's really not going up and down all that much. So I'm happy hiring these guys. The only thing that we can't do with 2-star accountants is manage offshore accounts. And we don't have those anyway, so that really isn't an issue for us. I think we're just going to go straight in and hire the first 3 people here. We have Big Brain, we have Modest, we have Modest. Actually, these 3 all have Modest. So that might be a good choice. We'll go for Carmen, Brock, and Lloyd. And they are now all part of our accounting team. We're going to manage roles. We can turn off programming, designing, and artist. The only thing we want them to do is service. And of course, Tengul will get the leadership role. From there, we need to make sure we go ahead and adjust their hours and change their holidays to be year-round. And I am just going to align these. Actually, no. We'll offset them just because I think it looks better. They are up and running and sorted. Team composition is already at 178, which is fantastic. And that should be pretty much good to go. The only thing I think we need to do is jump into accounting. Say accounting team is ACC1. They will now go ahead and work on optimizing our taxes. So if we jump in here, you can see that we currently have to pay $1.6 million in taxes. That's not ideal. We'll check this at the end of tomorrow once they've had a day's work, and we'll see how they're going with that. But that should be, in theory, all good to go. So we're going to jump into a time lapse as we do a little bit more work on Bamboo Odyssey 3. And we'll be back in just a little bit. And we have been nominated for our first award in 1 out of 4 categories. I would love to see the results. Best product, and we win first place. That gives us our first trophy, and that trophy will slow furniture degradation in the room. That is somewhat useful. If we jump into build mode, we go to furnish and we jump down to awards. You can see our award here. Best product in 1990 with Bamboo Odyssey 2. And you can see it slows furniture degradation in the room, but the effect of an award decays every year since it was received, with the exception of platinum awards. Now, of course, we don't have any platinum awards yet. We have 2 options we can do here. We can either display this somewhere and slow the furniture degradation in that room. I'm thinking the canteen is probably a decent choice for that, just because there is so much stuff like these fridges and everything like that, the mini fridges, the water coolers, everything in there is going to degrade pretty quickly. Or we can go ahead and sell it. Now, I'm hesitant to put this out just yet. And the main reason is we don't have security. And honestly, I don't think it's currently worth displaying this just yet. Just based on the fact that in order to secure this building, we would need 1, 2, 3 full-time security guards. And that honestly seems like a lot to me. How much would that actually cost us? Let's have a look. If we manage staff, security is $1,500 a month. We would need 3 of them, and we would need 3 of them again. So 9 times 1,500 is like 13,500 maybe? 13,500 per month. And I mean, we could afford that. We're making like 1.5, 1.6 per month at the moment. But I just don't think it's quite worth it just yet. And I kind of want to go ahead and set up the basement as our security. And I don't think we're quite there yet. I kind of wanted to wait on that until we start working on our second floor as well, so we can start designing our stairwell. So we're going to leave that for now, and we'll jump back into our time lapse as we continue to work on Bamboo Odyssey 3. All right, it is the end of July in 1990. Our accountants have been working for precisely 1 day, and they have saved us a total of $33,900. That's not bad. That is not bad. It's less good when you consider the fact that they cost us $31,000. So realistically, they only saved us $2,000. But they're going to save us more than that at tax time, because we won't get the fines. We won't get things like that. We don't have to worry about that as much. So they are working, they are paying for themselves, and that is fantastic. We're obviously going to continue doing print jobs. I forgot to check how many that was per month. Thankfully, it's fine. And we also currently have 0 stock for Bamboo Odyssey 2. That's a worry. That is definitely a worry. It says we have 42,000 in stock here though, so I'm wondering if we let this game run over to the next day, if my project management is set up correctly, because I did change it the other day. So let's jump to the next day, and no, we still have nothing in stock. We have 28.5 in stock and 10.5 in storage. Goal is less than 38,000, so it looks like it is working. It's just not making quite enough. So the way that I've set this up is I've set it to basically keep it at 100,000. It doesn't seem like it's trying to do that. It seems to me like it's trying to keep 50,000 in stock. I set this as a limit instead. Is that how that works? Please enter how many copies you would like to print before the print job is cancelled. No, maximum is what I want. Please enter how many copies you would like to have in stock before the print job is paused. I'm just going to say I want, I don't know, 200,000, and we'll leave it there. Oh, that was 20,000. And another 0. 200,000 and leave it there. That should get us through for a little bit and hopefully tide us over. But we're going to jump back into the time lapse for a little bit here. All right, we lost our support contract because Yoon Digital was bought out by somebody else. That is a little bit unfortunate. They really were doing a lot of the work. Yeah, I guess now we're going to have to wait for another support deal to come through before our support team is super busy again. Thankfully, they are also working on Bamboo Odyssey 3. They're assigned as the secondary dev team for that, so they should still have work to do, and they'll get a little bit more training in those specific skills. So that's pretty fantastic. We also have Freed LLC, who just popped up on the market. They are currently worth $190 million. So we're not going to be investing in them. They're going to be far too expensive for us at this stage of the game. But we're going to keep on trucking. All right, we've got some wage negotiations going on right about now. This is our leader for the support team. They want a little bit of a raise. That is absolutely fine. But the reason that I paused the game there is because I completely forgot to set up HR management for our accounting team. We want to handle wages, complaints, role selection. We are going to choose hired for. That will only set them to be in the service industry there. We're going to educate to level 3 and 1 at a time. We're not going to worry about any hiring just yet. And that should be nice and good to go. Looks like we have 100% team cohesion with our accounting team already, and the team composition is at 210%. So that is absolutely fantastic. Everything is working nicely here. The only other thing that I want to do in this screen is set our accountants to only work on one thing at a time. They should be anyway, but just to make sure that they aren't doing any extra work that they shouldn't be, we'll set it to one at a time, and that should keep them on task. But everything is running smoothly. We are still selling Bamboo Odyssey 2 pretty well. November 1990 took a little bit of a hit, but that's not too bad. We also have our second support deal for our support team. So we can go ahead and accept that right away. We're going to move that right to the top to make sure they are prioritizing this over anything else. Genesis X2 is I assume, an operating system, which reminds me of something else. Since we're now seeing our sales start to dip on Bamboo Odyssey 2, we should have a look at porting. I'm going to set this job to GD1 and S1. S1, of course, will only do it if they don't have any support tasks to do. I'm going to set by active users, and yeah, as I thought, Saturn Connect 2 has 722,000 active users that we are currently not taking advantage of. So we'll jump in there, get this ported. I'm going to move this up to just below the support task, and we'll keep this running, get this port out the door. You can see Bamboo Odyssey 3 is about to go into the alpha stage of development, and that will be absolutely fantastic. I also apologize if the audio quality just took a little bit of a dip. We just had a lawnmower start in the park next door to us, so hopefully you can't hear that. But if you can, I apologize. All right, we have another support job that we can take, and our support team is keeping up with this absolutely no problem at all. I think they were done by like 10 a.m. So we absolutely have the capacity to take this. It is another operating system. So we'll go ahead and accept that. And with that, I like to check, is there anything else that we should port this to? Genesis X2 seems to be rising reasonably quickly, so I wouldn't mind getting this ported over to that. Move this up to there. Support for this can go up to there. And that should be good to go. We passed our fire inspection, which means that this room is good. That is absolutely fantastic. And if we skip to the next day, I just want to take a quick look at how quickly we are getting through these tasks. So the first one is done by 9:20 a.m. and the second one is done by 9:40 a.m. So we definitely have a lot more room to grab some more support tasks. And because they are going so quickly, we are just going to minimize those by right-clicking on that task right about there. But we're going to continue on with our time lapse, get Bamboo Odyssey 3 out the door, and then we can decide what we want to start on next. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I'm a little bit annoyed at this project management. Handle distribution, print job copies. This should automatically order new copies every day or set maximum to be manufactured if any print job is active, right? If we instead change this to a percentage, if we do like 500%, potentially that's how that works, but I'm not 100% sure. We're going to wait till the next day. This still has a goal of 0, so they clearly didn't do that. That is unfortunate. If anyone knows how to get the project management here to handle distribution properly, that would be fantastic. Because currently it's not doing that, and we are slowly dwindling on our stock here. We've also dropped off quite a lot on sales for the last 3 months. And I'm not 100% sure why that is. Looks like we released some things, ported, nothing major. The only other thing that could have happened is a new game came out. And it looks like that is not the case. We look for games. 1991, we are in March. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything major that could have happened. If we look at all software and filter by game and release date, the last thing that came out was Grave Plans of Secrets, December 1990, which is relatively where this started to happen. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it happens. You can see there is now a lot of competition in this field. This is where we brought it out, and yeah, I guess this is why. This is why these games just took off and we can't keep up. But as soon as we release Bamboo Odyssey 3, we should see another little uptick in our sales there. I mean, we have 20 million in the bank. We have 53 million total value, so we're fine for right now. But just something to keep in mind. Every now and then, your competition will release something and just absolutely tank your sales. If you're not prepared for it, you don't have money in the bank, it can really quite hurt you. It looks like also we were fined $91,000 for failing to file a tax report, but we saved $246,000 in tax optimization. What that tells me is we do not have enough accountants to get our taxes done in time. So we're going to have to go back into our accounting team and hire a couple more people. And again, I'm just going to search by age here. If we have modest, I'll take it. We have a fast learner. That's always fantastic. You are hired. We have another modest here and another one here. So we'll hire 3 more people for that team. We jump into our accounting team, manage roles, make sure that these guys aren't doing programming, designing, or art. That should be absolutely a-okay. And that should definitely help with both our optimization and getting our taxes done. I'll need to remember that once we start the new year. But jump straight back into the time lapse here as we get Bamboo Odyssey 3 out the door. All right, a couple things have happened. We've been nominated for yet another award. Most profitable product, we got bronze, 3rd place, and that slows dirt accumulation in the room. Again, we're not going to place that down just yet because, like I said, we want to sort that out once we get security up and running. But for right now, that's fine. We also took another support job. And I honestly think we're about at capacity now because these 2 operating systems blew up. This one has 343,000 active users. This one has 218,000 active users. And Photostop 5 has 127,000 active users. And if you keep an eye on this as we go through the day, you'll notice that we are almost getting to the end of the day before we finish these queues. So we probably won't take anything else. I also did a review of Bamboo Odyssey 3. It got 9.8 out of 10, so that is absolutely fine. We're going to straight away promote that to the beta phase as soon as they finish this last little bit of code. And of course, we are going to accept this print job. Looks like Bamboo Odyssey still isn't printing things, but I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. If anyone can tell me how to sort this out so that I can actually just leave it. I used to have a mod in my last game that we did on the channel that automatically did that for me. But now that it's in the project management, I would like to figure out how to use that. So if anyone knows the answer to that question, please do drop it down in the comments below. Also, while you're down there, if there's anything that I have skipped over or you're not sure about, please do let me know, because I love to answer your guys' questions in the comments. So we'll continue on, get Bamboo Odyssey 3 into the beta phase. We still have about half a year to do bug fixing on this, so that is going to be absolutely fantastic. It should come out with very few bugs. It needs to release in January of 1992, so we'll get on with it. Promote that and start bug fixing. All right, it is almost the end of November in 1991, and I feel like at this stage of the game, the internet is slowly trying to become a thing. And with that in mind, I'm kind of interested in setting up some digital distribution. You can see we currently have 4 competitors in that field, but we've fixed 500 bugs on Bamboo Odyssey 3. Honestly, I don't think they're going to get much more in terms of bug fixing done on that. So we are going to assign our Bamboo Odyssey 3 GD1 team the task of setting up some digital distribution. Now, in order to do that, we do need to make sure that we go ahead and upgrade our server situation here. So I'm going to jump into servers, grab 6 more of those bad boys, select those 6 servers, and we will go ahead and connect them. Jump back into our servers tab here. This is server 6. We're going to call this the play server, and we will go ahead and rename that. And then we can go ahead, jump into digital distribution and develop a digital distribution platform. This is going to do 2 things for us. Firstly, it's going to allow us to publish our game on our own platform. Think something like Steam or, I don't know, Epic Games, Ubisoft, whatever it is, something like that. This is going to be just Bamboo Play, I guess. That'll be fine. The server is going to be the Play server. The SCM server is going to be our SCM server. This is going to be assigned to GD1 and S1 as well. That'll be absolutely fine. And S1 there on our development team as well. We are basically going to check everything that we possibly can. Networking is not currently a thing yet, but that's fine. We're going to have file management, recommendation system, library management, and a review system. That'll give us 100% expected interest, and that'll be good. That is all we need to do. We just go ahead and hit develop, and they should start work on that pretty much straight away. Of course, we do need to worry about our employees and their salaries. These guys both want an increase. Nothing too crazy, so we're going to accept all of those. We have fire inspection coming soon, and I need to make sure to double check our accountants next month as well. But you can see just how fast this is developing. We're going still fixing some bugs on Bamboo Odyssey 3, but most of our focus is developing Bamboo Play. So we'll let that run, and we'll be back as soon as Bamboo Odyssey 3 releases. Well, actually, oh wait, we actually have a full year before Bamboo Odyssey 3 comes out. So we nope, I misread things. We don't have a full year. Thank goodness for that, because this should come out today. That is absolutely okay. We have to do our taxes. We can see our progress here. Estimated fulfillment is over 200%, so that is fantastic. We should get that done with absolutely no problem at all. We have $37,000 in optimization, which is a little bit lower than I'd want it to be, but that is mostly because we really didn't make much profit this year due to Bamboo Odyssey 2 just tanking in sales. But it is the start of January 1992. I want to go ahead and release Bamboo Odyssey 3 to the market. Bleeding Wedge has given us 5 stars. Quality assistance has given us 5 stars. And we get 3 because people still don't quite know who we are. I forgot to set a print job for this before we release, but we should have done that. Because we didn't, I'm going to go ahead and order 100,000 copies and go ahead and print another 500,000 copies. And that should be good to go. Bamboo Odyssey 2 still isn't doing the things, but we still have stock of that and the sales are absolutely dwindling, so we're not too worried about that. We have support for Bamboo Odyssey 3 here. We can go ahead and open up the info panel. I'm going to remove the Bamboo Odyssey 2 one for the moment, and we'll go ahead and update this to the latest tech level. We're going to assign this to S1 as well, just so they can help out. We use Final Premium 4 for our 2D editor, and our audio tool will be the Melody Forge. And go ahead and update. I want them to do this like straight away. And the other thing I want to do is go ahead and check the porting situation. So if we sort by active, we can go ahead and port it to Saturn Connect 2, Genesis X2, and vFriend, all with over 400,000 active users. That will definitely help out. I'm going to put that below the support tasks so our support doesn't fall too much behind. Actually, I'm going to do the same for the update. And then tomorrow we'll go ahead and add that to the project management, and that should be a-okay. Everything's looking good. We can go ahead and hit run and see how we do in sales on the first day for Bamboo Odyssey 3. Update is running along quite nicely. Not too bad. That should hopefully finish by the end of the day, and it does. Absolutely fantastic. At that point, we can go ahead and add that to our project management so they handle our support and everything like that. And yeah. Everything's running well. We are putting to Saturn Connect at the moment. We passed our fire inspection and burglars are looking to loot our premises. Let's follow them around and see just how much stuff they take. And yep, that is all our printers and all of our servers. That's unfortunate. Go ahead and press this button and we will restore furniture for a cool $897,000. That is more than I thought. I forgot how expensive printers and servers were. We are definitely going to set up security at the very start of the next episode. Yes, we will, because that is unfortunate. I mean, we can handle it. We just made $3 million in sales on the first month with Bamboo Odyssey 3. So we're going to be absolutely fine, but it is just a little bit unfortunate. 2 more print jobs. We can absolutely go ahead and accept those. Bamboo Odyssey 3 has finished printing. Fantastic. We need to keep an eye on our stock levels for Bamboo Odyssey 3 as well, though, because we did sell 85,000 units yesterday. What is this? Bamboo Odyssey IP. I was just saying in the other episode that I have never seen an IP deal. Someone wants us to offer us $3.8 million for the Bamboo Odyssey IP. Obviously, that is a terrible decision on our behalf, considering we made $3 million last month. That's an absolutely terrible offer, but if you wanted to get rid of an IP, that is how you do it. So we're going to reject that. I'm going to leave them in the filter just because I like to see how much people want to buy our stuff for, but that is good to know. We're going to continue on with the time lapse as we get Bamboo Play out the door and continue porting Bamboo Odyssey 3. Alright, we officially filed a tax report for 1991 and saved $37,000. That's fantastic. I wish we'd saved more, but we really didn't pay that many taxes last year, so I'm okay with it. It is what it is. Our accounting team is doing their jobs and keeping up with the profit we're making, so that is good to see. We did get another offer for Bamboo Odyssey IP. And another one here. The first one was 3 million, the second one was 6 million, and this one is 9 million. We're still not going to sell, just because that seems like a bad idea. We will accept that print job though. Reject that and accept that print job. Still keeping up with printing just fine. We could expand if we wanted to. We've got 25 million in the bank, but things are looking pretty good. We'll get this done. I'm not going to pause for any more updates unless they are absolutely major, and we'll come back as soon as Bamboo Play is ready to be developed. So I'm confused. I know I said I wasn't going to pause, but Bamboo Odyssey 3 just queued some more print jobs. We have this set to 500%. I guess that worked. I don't understand. But it's good to see that is working. I wish that I could set that to a number instead, but I guess that is what it is. We'll go ahead and continue to buy stocks in this company, even though they haven't made a product yet. I'm hoping once they do, we own 7.7%. Their dividends are going to be insane, but we'll jump straight back into the time lapse. Sorry for pausing so much. All right, Bamboo Play is ready to be developed. We'll go ahead and start developing that. And I just want to tinker with this a little bit. I'm going to set this to like 500,000 and just see what happens. We probably have sold that many already. Yeah, we've sold 596,000. So if I set this to 1 million, is that how that works? Let's set that to 1 million and see what happens. If we jump into manufacturing, I think this will only update in the morning, but we'll keep an eye on that. Bamboo Play development is going very, very quickly, which is nice to see. We'll probably end up doing a review very soon. We are still getting offers for our Bamboo Odyssey IP. Now it's at 19 million. We're going to reject that because we do absolutely not want to sell right now. Go ahead and review this. I know it's still got a little bit to go, but that is fine. Get that done, finish. Overall score is only 8.4, so we are going to iterate on that. They'll go ahead and do that automatically in the morning. And everything is looking pretty good. How did that manufacturing go? Goal is 65,000. Finish that iteration. As soon as people come in, are these going to change? No. Okay. I don't understand how that works. I don't understand how that works. Maybe they just order the amount that they need. Maybe I don't actually have to set the print job copies and they just automatically figure it out. That would be nice. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. We're going to skip to the next day. I'm going to do another review on this just to see how it's going. It should be nice and quick and finish. That is now at 10 out of 10, so that is absolutely perfect. Wait for them to finish developing the alpha stage, go ahead and promote it to the beta stage. Fix any bugs. I don't actually know if digital distribution can have bugs. I think it can. And then we'll go from there. So promote that, and yes, it definitely has some bugs. We'll probably release this maybe January of 1993 and go from there. So everything is looking good. We'll jump ahead to then. All right. We have $6.225 million due in taxes and 3 months to file a report. Let's just go ahead and check on that. We still have an estimated fulfillment of over 200%, so that is fantastic. We've also optimized a ton more this year, saving $956,000, almost $1 million in taxes, so that is great to see. We have some more stocks that we can buy. Oh, that's a lot. I really hope these guys actually come out with a product at some point. It looks like they might not. If we buy both of those, we still won't be over 50%, so that's fine. We now own 37% of this company. It is worth $45,000, so that is incredibly cheap. I'm really hoping that at some point they release something. I don't think it's going to be fantastic, but at least we can potentially make a little bit of a profit there. The reason I paused, though, the main reason I paused, is because Bamboo Play is ready to be released. We are going to go ahead, hit that release button. Nothing amazing happens. But if we jump into digital distribution here, you can see Bamboo Play is now on the list. We definitely want to distribute other companies' products, and we want to auto-accept new deals. We also want to go ahead and make sure this is up to date as possible, so we'll go ahead and update that. Support for Bamboo Play is going to be handled by our S1 team. We are going to prioritize that at the very end of their queue. That might be a mistake on my behalf, but I would rather keep our deals happy. We are going to leave our cut at 5% for the moment. And then as soon as we start getting deals in, we can slowly raise this up 1% per day without losing any deals, and basically try and match the cut of all of the other platforms. But we want to stay at a relatively low cut at the very start to hopefully sign more clients. So that is what's happening with that. We'll let this run, get this update out the door, see if we can get our first deal for our brand new digital distribution platform and go from there. We are still being offered things for Bamboo Odyssey IP. Brainwardy, which I believe is, no, it's not that company. Brainwardy wants to offer us $26 million for this. I still don't think it's worth it, but it's getting closer. It's definitely getting closer. I'm going to accept that print job and continue on. The only problem is we now have nothing for our GD1 team to do. So I imagine the next logical step is to go ahead and, well, actually, we need to update Bamboo Odyssey 1 first with the current tech levels. So we'll get that underway. Just using whatever tools that we can. Melody Forge is fine. Go ahead and update that. As soon as this update is finished, we'll go ahead and start working on Bamboo Odyssey 4 in the background. And then in the next episode, I want to do a couple of things. I definitely want to get security. I definitely want to get some of our awards and things out. But I would also like to hire a brand new dev team to basically start a brand new IP. So look forward to that in the next episode. As soon as Bamboo Odyssey finishes its update, we'll go ahead and start work on the next one, which they're being very slow at. Let's just move this right to the top. Hopefully they can finish that a little bit faster. If we look at details, yeah, only one person was able to actually update that. Go ahead and hit finish. It is 2:30. It's a little bit late in the day to start working on a new product, but I'm going to do it anyway. We had some extra time left over on that last one, so I'm not too concerned about the time frame. I'm going to reject that deal. That was another IP deal. Go to Bamboo Odyssey 3 and say make a sequel. Bamboo Odyssey 4, everything in here should be good to go. Go ahead and choose the Bamboo Odyssey framework, which should be up to date with the latest tech. Jump in, choose our tools. Audio tool is going to be the Melody Forge. And we're going to go ahead to the next page before we add operating systems. Analyze the market. They still want more graphics. We still can't do 3D graphics. That is unfortunate. And there really isn't anything else that actually adds graphics apart from customizable character, but that sort of adds everything and I don't want to do that. So it looks like this is going to be basically the exact same product, maybe with a little bit of gameplay updates. I'm sorry to say that is it. So we'll go back to the previous page, go ahead and add any operating systems with over 100,000, which is going to be a bunch of them. Next page, design and development teams are still both of those teams, and we are going to, of course, choose ourselves a marketing publisher. We have two options, really. We can do these guys for 19.5% down to 8, which is absolutely fantastic. They're going to give us 2 years and 2 months to get that done. And I think that's what we're going to do. These guys give us an extra month. These guys give us an extra month on top of that. But the amount of profits these guys want is just too good to pass up. So we're going to hit yes, develop, and Bamboo Odyssey 4 is now in the works. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We still haven't signed anyone to our digital distribution platform, but this episode is getting kind of long. So we're going to call it there for now. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, please go down to the comments, leave a comment for the sake of engagement. Really helps out the algorithm, helps people find this series. And of course, while you're down there, leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, happy building, happy developing. Bye, guys.